Greetings, this is garthrs, the tireless adventurer, with another episode of FTB Single Player, episode 73, with a special announcement. You guys rock, in case you didn't know. Alright, so I got 33 comments, and I'm super duper happy about that. And before I show you what's over on the other side of me, I'm going to go over and give you what you deserve. Bam! Okay, 33 comments, and it looks like the general population preferred the 30 to 60 range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and keep the episodes about 30 to 45 minutes. And if I have an episode that is longer than 30 to 45 minutes, I'll split it up, and we'll just call it part 1 and part 2. So I know a lot of people are watching on mobile devices, and you're wondering what this is, but those of you watching on mobile devices don't get to know! I'm just kidding. You can totally watch on mobile devices. This is going to be, remember I said many moons ago that I was going to create a bazaar in here. And I've been working in creative in my test world, and I've come up with a pretty good thing. This is kind of a combination of Railcraft and I guess, I don't know what these are. Let me, hold on a second. Let me, like I said, transmitter. Wireless transmitter, where are they at? Wireless transmitter. There we go. Hey midget, what's up? These things, whatever these are, wireless transmitter, whatever they come in, I think, I want to say the red power, but I could be wrong. Give me a second to get a few of my items together, and we'll start with some comments, and we'll start with some building. I'm just going to build one of these on camera, and then the rest of them I'll build off camera. So give me a second to get everything ready. Alright, so you guys have seen me make a few of these things before, i.e. the switch motor and the switch track and the disposal track and the embarking track and stuff like that. And this is how you make a NOT gate. We're going to be using this as well. So we have the stone anodes in 3 positions, stone wire in 1, cathode in the other. Cathode is just pretty much one of these with a redstone torch on top of it right there like that. So let's just get a bunch of these. I'm probably only going to need one for now, but let's get started. Oh, I need pistons. Pistons. No, pistons would be in miscellaneous hardware. Yes. Okay, so it's exactly what I need. Look at me, I'm so awesome. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a system that allows me to pretty much on demand call the villager that I want. So it's going to be fairly simple. I'm not going to get complex where I select the type of villager I want. Each villager is going to have his own section, and when they're out, when their trade sucks, I'm just going to get rid of them, and they'll go bloop, and they'll fall away. So that's how we're going to do that. So let me show you what we're going to do in the building process for these things. All right, first of all, I want to get to a comment from Astrig, who said, first. He also said, truly depending the content says how long I want to watch it, such as if you were doing something really cool and different, I would watch a longer video. On the other hand, if it's a slow pace and mundane, I will leave the video. That's not just for you, that's for all YouTubers. And I think a lot of people are that way. When they get to a point in a video where they're just not enjoying it anymore, they move on, and that's cool. So that's one of the reasons why I like to kind of stay a little random, because people tend to stick around because they never know what I'm going to say next. All right, so the villagers will... Oh, look at Carrot. The villagers will totally be dropping down into something. We'll cover that in a minute. But effectively, what we're going to do here is we're going to have, right here, I'm going to put a sticky piston. This is very simple right here. This is very simple. So we take that and we put it right there like that. So when I hit the button, it'll push this out, knocking the villager down. So there we go. That is the disposal system, literally, as simple as it could possibly be. Now the next system is going to be a little bit more difficult. Oh, shoot. Poke 5555555. The boss says third, and Ninja Dude Claw says gourds. I don't even know what that means. All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to have a system where when the villager ceases to be here, it'll send a signal up to a switch track that will let everybody know that I need to go down one more. Oh, is my flight control on? All right. So go down a little bit. There we go. And go up a little bit. Because I got to put this boop right there like that. Okay. So Down. Okay. And, okay. And, okay. Let me get rid of this and put one of these down. My inventory is, like, super full. And I don't know why. Oh, it's because I got stupid stuff in it. That's why. All right. But, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of lag there. And it's probably from the, probably from all the villagers. I'm down to, like, 15 frames per second right now. But, this, I'm going to put a pressure plate on the inside there. But this will basically go up to, ow, a switch track. Which I believe is going to be, let's see. Now, there's a reason why I have that right there. Okay, all right, there we go. This is going to be where the track goes right here. Right, all the way across the top. Just like that. And so the track is going to come across the top here, and it's going to drop them in right behind here where you can't see. So it's kind of good looking. It's kind of good looking. So let's get some tracks out. I need to come over here because I have all my stuff in the general vicinity, but it's not like all in my pocket. Denise says 30 to 45 minutes would be good with some longer episodes every so often, and do some of the short, i.e. 10, 15 squirrely Garth sometimes. Yeah, a lot of people tend to like those crazy episodes, which, you know, I appreciate you guys liking my stuff. That makes me happy. Happy in the pants. All right. I thought I had switch tracks. Oh, there they are right there. I grabbed them already. All right. So we're going to have basically a system that feeds them in. And the wireless transmitter is going to come in a couple episodes down the road. But for right now, we need that and that and that. This is probably going to get boosted out a little bit, so my walls are a little bit beefier. There we go. And you will, of course... Oh, that I'm going to have to go up one. I just realized that. I'm going to have to go up one. Ah, crap. No! Okay, so, let's see. We had another comment. Oh, Denise said, oh, in a second. And Ninja Dewclaw says 564 seconds, or 564.456 seconds. So that makes perfect sense. Everybody loves videos that are that long. And boom, there we go. And boom, there we go. Get up there. Okay, so the track is going to come along here. I'll change this all out to brick here in a little while, but for right now, this is just for purposes of showing the purpose and the purposes. And disposal track, and there we go. So we put a regular track there, and a regular track here, and a disposal track right there, and then another regular track right here, which causes it to curve around. And effectively, what's going to happen is the regular track is the feed track is going to come in through here. And it's going to hit a switch. I'll just use brick now. It'll hit a switch track that will keep it going this way, go that way, and this way, and now switch track. And we'll put the switch track right there, and we hit it with the crowbar a couple of times, flip it around like that, and then we put the switch motor right here. Now, what will happen is this, first of all, will come up that way, so that when somebody, I'm gonna fall down there. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna protect my own self, and I'm gonna put that right there for now. And then I need to make a pressure plate. I thought I had a pressure plate on me. Did I not have a pressure plate on me? I did not have a pressure plate on me. Imagine that. And I got to fix all this out here, too. I'm thinking about swapping it out for grass. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think I should grass up the area around the castle a little bit? I think that would be pretty cool. Where do you want? Where do you got? Not machines. It's probably not in machines. No, it's not in machines. And there we go. Pressure plate. I knew I had some. And then we come back outside. And I'll show you the basic premise behind it. I should, oh, you know what I should? I should make a wooden pressure plate so I could show you. I'll show you a wooden pressure plate. I don't even know where I'm going anymore. Wooden pressure plate will allow me to drop an item on it, where a stone pressure plate requires an actual entity. So we'll just do it that way for now. And the wooden pressure plate will obviously be replaced with a stone pressure plate, because I don't want items dropping in there and kicking it out and screwing everything up. So let's go over here. Stupid wisp flying around here somewhere. Alright, and then we put the pressure plate down here. And I will... Oh, let me fly up here first so you can see it. Alright, so watch the switch track when I drop this item. See how it flipped it over? Now, that comes into the reason why I needed the NOT gate. Because you can bring the NOT gate right here. This is what I wanted. Ow, crap. Man, this thing is like freaking, like a Ginsu knife. I keep saying I'm going to turn it down, but I never do. I gotta go sleep. I don't want a creeper to blow up my work. Creepers blow up work. That's what they do. They suck. Poke555, the boss says I would watch a 2-hour episode if it wasn't just you crafting things. So never watch the gravity chest plate episode, ever. Because that's pretty much all it was. Me crafting something for an hour and 15 minutes. Which was horribly boring. For everyone involved, including yours truly. Alright, no creepers. And then we need... Let's get rid of that as well. God, man, do you see that thing? It's like a freaking... like a Ginsu knife. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You know, I almost replaced something that I was going to need in 2 seconds. Alright, so the NOT gate comes in this way. And then comes up this way. And then comes up that way. So that should work now. No, come on. Alright. So effectively what we have is a go straight signal right there. Which... Oh, it's already there. There we go. So when there's nothing on the pressure plate, it'll kick it off in that direction, and then when there is something on the pressure plate, it says go to the next one. And effectively, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have I just I was like, who's attacking me? Anyway, so that's effectively going to be the thing. They'll come in right here, and they'll go down this line. Actually, there'll be 2 lines. One line will depart out to each section, so you'll have like a village detector right here for a mundane villager. Probably have 2 of those, and if it's not a mundane villager, then it'll go on to the next detector, and that'll be whatever's next, probably the blacksmith or whatever. And as it goes down there, the detector will shoot it off into different areas, and when it gets down to the end here, it'll cycle around and go down into the ground. Boom. Yeah, it'll go down into the ground, where it will go on to the next section. And I'm only going to have 2 sections. I'm going to have one on this wall and one on the far wall. But this is going to be the premise behind which this works. So these guys will drop down in here, and this will all be closed in the back, so you won't be able to see it. And when I'm done with them, I just hit the button, and it'll go. Do I have a button? I don't have a button. How do I not have a button? I could have swore I made a button. All right, you guys get to watch me run back and forth. But while you do, I'll go ahead and read this out. William Lafort said, I would watch any length video. That's pretty cool. Any length video whatsoever. What the deuce? Get rid of this crap. I got so much poo in my inventory, it's not even funny. I have an inventory full of poo. I tell you what, let me put those in there, because I'm not going to need them right now, or those, and then I'll come over here and get a button. Now I'll just use a wooden button, because, oh, you know what? Screw that wooden button. I'm going to use a stone button. There we go. Stone button. Boop. Just like that. And effectively, this will be my system to get rid of villagers who either have sucky trades or the ones that I don't want at all. So I hit this button right here, and boom, out it pushes. You see? So that's how that's going to work out. And they'll obviously drop down into a into a channel, and on the return track I'll have a couple of embarking rails coming up. So effectively what will happen is it'll come down all the way down this line, and if there's nowhere one of those villagers is needed, it'll go over to the other side. And if there's nowhere where any of those villagers are needed, it will come over here and drop them off somewhere in this area. It'll probably drop them off probably up top. I'll probably drop them off you know what? I'll drop them off over here on the ground. And then it'll come back over this way, and so actually it'll drop them off over there, and then it'll come over here and pick another one up. And then when it comes over this way, it'll drop them off over, yeah, it'll drop them off over here. Oh, I could create a second rail completely. That would be cool. Well, anyways, down the road a ways, what I plan on doing is with the wireless transmitter is I'm going to have it set up each one of these areas. It's going to say, you know, if I void one, this pressure plate will obviously go dead. And when it does go dead, this NOT gate will also activate a wireless transmitter. And when that wireless transmitter is activated, it will activate a wireless receiver over here, activating an embark for this type of villager. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it will only grab villagers that it needs, and I'm going to have it going around the outside here, possibly right along here. And I'll just have it set up to like pick up on range at 2, and I'll have it like right, yeah, like right here. And it'll pick up on a range at 2, which should grab at least one of those. I may have to move those fences in one more to make sure everybody's close enough. And with the range of 2, it'll come along this way, and then it'll enter the system and drop off as needed. So it will only activate embark tracks for types of villagers that I need. See what I'm saying? And like I said, once these come all the way down here, let's say he drops one off right here. So he'll come along this way, he'll drop off, and he'll go back down. And when he goes back down, he'll grab one of the villagers that's underneath and drop them off over in the village. Does that make sense? I think it does. You'll see it in a little more detail once it gets complete. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to finish up this build right here so that you guys can see it. Actually, before I do that, let me turn down my freaking Ginsu knife a little bit. I think that would make sense. All right, Darth Kiddix. Actually, hold on a second. I got a couple to read here. Troy Remillard said view number 15. Yeah, in 30 minutes. Also said Grizel Duke and Lee Barron said any length is fine with me. That's for your suit. You're too heavy. Try turning down your batteries. That's what I wanted to read there because my batteries, I guess, are adding a lot of weight. So let me turn them down until, I guess, let's do 175 for each one of my batteries. Oh, that's armor. Did I just do what I think I did? Okay, no, I didn't. Alright, turn the battery down to 175. It's close enough for government work. Oh, close enough for government work again. And then, obviously, there's no battery in that one. But we do need to turn down our pickaxe, which is right there. Let's turn it down to 10 times. I think 10 times will keep me from going just mowing through things. Now, what did I want to get? I've already got it. Wow, I'm going faster now already. Man, look how fast I'm going. Thank you, Lee Barron. Thank you, Lee Barron. But I'll show you how I'm going to block in the outside here. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. And my defense mechanism is going to get gotten rid of. So there we go, is that. And we'll put this here and this here. And this here and this here. And ow, ow. And this here. So effectively when you're looking on the inside, you'll see that. Let's get rid of this. Yeah. And Got to put that track back down. Like that. Okay. So effectively, since I've already got this curve in there, I can just do that. And anything that comes back will go back this way. And then probably depart out. Yeah, depart out. I think I may just drop them. Ooh, I could totally drop them. I could just do drops. That would be awesome. Then I could have them go back this way to pick people up. Perfect. It's a beautiful idea. Gosh, bless America. America. And then, of course, let me get rid of these two. And because I want everything to be the stone here. So put that and that. I'm gonna have to totally get used to flying now. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lee Barron, but I look like some kind of weirdo. I'm a pretty pixie fairy sprite. Not really a pixie fairy for pixie fairies fried. Put that up there and put that up there. And put this back down. Put this back down. And then flick this around like thusly. So that should totally be working now. This is not supposed to be here. I might have to turn everything down because it's going to look crazy. Alright, and just drop one of those down in there. What did I do wrong? It's not. It's not doing it. Why is it not doing it? Okay, now it's working. Alright. No signal means gimme gimme. And then a signal means don't gimme gimme. Okay, so that works out. Totally works out now. So let me finish up the rest of these real fast, and I'll get back with you, and we'll talk about the rails. All right? Okay, see you in a few minutes. Alrighty then. Darth Kiddick says, the longer the vid, the better. I love 24-hour streams, but 45 to 60 is perfect. He also said, as far as the library, if this was SMP, I would say keep them all and sort them, but since it's single player, I would say just keep voiding the useless ones. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I've been thinking about that a lot. I think I'm just going to sort through them, look for the good ones, and then when I need more enchants, I'll just let it go. Alright, so let me run through this real fast. Now you'll notice it doesn't stick out further than my wall does, but when I get done encasing it, it more than likely will be even with, yeah, it'll be even with this line right here. So that should totally work out. Now, the only reason these are here is so that because mobs can't spawn in a 1x1x1 space, so that's what that is. That's the only reason for it. And as you can see, they're all pretty much the same right down the line. And I will eventually go in and dig out the channel that'll bring them all back, but that's cool. Effectively, what's going to happen is I'm probably going to take out a portion of this right here and have the train come up this way. Let me turn off all my stuff that makes me move like lightning. It'll come down this way. If there's nothing here, then it'll turn left. As you can see, it's already defaulted to left right now. And as these things get full, i.e. boop. Did I replace that? Or did I miss? I think I missed. Yeah, I did miss. There we go. Let me throw it up against that wall. There we go. Okay, so as something is sitting there, it'll carry on to the next spot. And the next spot, and the next spot, and the next spot. that is probably more than likely going to be the end result here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably at some juncture put in another track that feeds in from the outside, so that it will stick out a little bit more. I just thought about that. It will stick out a little bit more. I probably even have to beef my whole wall section up here. But effectively, what's going to happen is they'll have another line coming down right through here, and if it's like right here, if it's a villager type A, then it'll shoot down this way and run down the A column. If it's villager type B, it'll run over here and shoot down this way. That way that I don't get like a hodgepodge of villagers in any given order or any like random order or anything like that. So it should work out mostly for me. And as these empty carts travel back this way, and there'll also be some booster tracks in here as well, but as they travel back this way, they'll probably come off right here and drop straight down. And when they drop straight down, I'll have an angled track that'll catch them and send them back this way, picking up villagers that dropped. So the villagers that dropped will get picked up. I may not even void them. I may just drop them down one square and have the track running one lower. I think I could probably do that. Just have it on like a 2 and have it running like right here. Who knows? I could totally do it that way. Either way, this is the first phase. The first phase is done. And if you come on the inside here, actually I could just fly. Let's fly. I fly but over. And this is effectively what it's going to look like on the inside. I'm probably going to clean it up so you can't see any cobble whatsoever. Like right here. Like these two will definitely get changed out so that there's no cobble visible. But you walk up, you'll have a villager here. You initiate your trade with them instead of screwing at the wall like that. And if you don't like what you get, then you just skadoosh, hit that button, and he pushes them off. There you go. There you go. And that's going to be it. And that is going to be first phase of the marketplace. Now, I know it's like nearing the end of the episode, so I'm going to run through a couple of comments here that I thought were very meaningful. And one of them was Will136. It says, "Okay, buddy, your videos can be 30 to 45 minute segments. You should record as long as you like and go for and if you go for an hour, then pop out 2 30-minute segments," which is one of the reasons I got the idea for splitting that up. He also said, "If you record for 4 hours, then pop out 8 30-minute videos. That way, the short timers and the long timers can both do their thing. Most of all, make new stuff and keep the content moving or goal-oriented like you used to. As for the books, keep them if you like. They don't seem to add anything new to what you've already done." And that's a good point. And the thing he said, like you used to, that last video that I put out was a little bit forced. It was a little bit unprepared, and it was honestly not my best work, and I apologize for it. I know that there was a couple of things in there that were moderately entertaining, but for the most part, it was chaos. So I tried to get a little bit more coordinated and ready this time, because last time I wasn't really ready. My plan failed, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to record because the midget has absorbed a great deal of my time in the last couple of weeks, in addition to all the things I have going on. What the deuce? So I'm kind of looking forward to getting back into a regular recording schedule. But and as soon as I do start getting a little bit of time, guess what? Going on vacation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this system right out here over the next 3 or 4 episodes. And I'm going to release them like every 2 or 3 days. You guys can watch them or whatever. And I'm also going to release some other content that's kind of pre-recorded. For the most part, I will be back in town on like the 9th of July. So look for something new and fresh on the 10th of July. But as of the 29th, I'll be driving. So you guys... sorry about that, but that's the way it's going to be. So, until next time, my peoples, as Libero would say. All right, peoples. It's nighttime. What are you talking about? Look, it's dark outside. I'm going to go sleep. Anyway, I had one more comment I wanted to read. Where was that? Where was it at? Okay, Daniel Diaz says, "Are you Canadian?" And I am an honorary Canadian. I'm not an actual Canadian, but I am an honorary Canadian. So, yes and no would be the proper answer. I think that's the best way to answer that question. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me that. Am I Canadian? What is it about me that makes you think I'm Canadian? I mean, I don't think I'm Canadian. Are Canadians handsome? Because I'm handsome. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and salutize instead of sleeping. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this more compact, a little more action-packed, a little more buildy, kind of designy thing going on there. And next time when you come in, I'll have a majority of this, booster tracked out and covered up, and we'll have the secondary track begun. End result is, like I said, pretty much on demand. If I drop a regular villager, it'll send a signal over there to an embark track that says you can grab a regular villager now, and which means I'm probably going to have to expand this, or maybe I'll contract it a little bit and run it on the inside. Oh, I think that would be cool. Yeah, I could totally do that. I'm going to contract this one so that it's one fewer. Instead of being 4 across, it'll be 3 across, and then I'll have the track run right around where the outside of this used to be, picking up villagers as needed. So an empty track will pick up villagers until it gets a signal from over here that it doesn't need anymore, and then that embark track will get turned off. Does that make sense? I think it does. I think it does. I think it does. I think it does. And you guys will see probably in the next episode that I shoot, we'll have this enclosed and the feeder track ready. And then in the third episode, we'll work on the disposal track and re-entering the system, as it were. So, until next time, people, enjoy. Minecraft is waiting, as is freaking editing and rendering. So, I'll talk to you turkeys on the flip side. All right, peace out. Minecraft. Not. All right, now the portion of the video where everybody likes to hang out and see what I'm going to do next. Let me show you something. I thought this was pretty cool, and I thought maybe you guys would enjoy this as well. But when I came over here and I did this right here, I thought to myself, that'd be a good way to build up the base portion. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to rebuild this thigh portion using this smaller chunks, like instead of going from here all the way up to the hip, I'll do small sections, and then I'll just carve away what's unneeded. Because as you can see, it looks like he's got like malignant growths all over his leg and junk. Yeah. Oh, and FYI, in the very near future, I'm going to be building a temporary base. Probably right, a little bit of lag right there. Probably about right in here-ish area, where I'm going to have. I'm going to transfer all this stuff into ME. And this is, we're talking about 10 episodes down the line here eventually, but there'll be a little base right here that has all the ME stuff in it. So I have all of that storage will be moved over here. And then after I've totally relocated my base over here, then I'm probably going to turn that into a visitor center. So hopefully by episode 100, that is all visitor centered out, and everybody will have some place to go and chill and hang out and drink cappuccinos and talk about the weather and sports and junk. So it's all for you. And if you're still watching at this video right now, just say not gate torch. You see how many of those I get. See how many of those I get. And we'll send everybody out with a final comment from MK94 Productions. He says, I prefer 45 minutes. Have you ever taken a look at the Terra Firma mod? Yes, I have. And the answer to the Terra Firma mod is, what in the deuce is this? Oh my god, that game was complex. See, I like stuff like this, where you don't have to relearn an entire system. I mean, everything, crafting, everything had to get relearned. And I don't know. Dude, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. You know what I'm saying when I say it? You know what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down. All right, turkeys. I love you.